Well, I would have rather had it later, simply because I don't think both India and Pakistan know what their best 11 is at the moment. And in a game against your arch nemesis and your biggest rivals, you want to go into that game with a settled 11, knowing which is your best 11. I think at the moment India don't quite know what their best 11 is. And I'm talking from an Indian fan's point of view at this point, that I'd much rather have this game maybe 3 or 4 matches down the tournament after India's played 3 or 4 games, simply because I would know my best 11 by then and also know who are my players in form. At the moment, there are a couple of players returning back to form. Someone like Shikhar Dhawan did well in the warm-up game. So look, I'd much rather have this game 3 or 4 games down the line. Well, India's record against Pakistan in the World Cup is phenomenal. We've never lost. Everyone knows about that. We've started making advertisements on how we've never lost to Pakistan in the World Cup. So look, does it matter? I don't think it matters to the Indian players because they know that they have to be focused and on the ball right from word go to win this game. It may make a difference players simply because if the game gets to a close situation, a tight situation, these things might play on your mind. You want to get this monkey off your back that look, we've never beaten India in a World Cup game, and you want to get that monkey off your back. Unfortunately for Pakistan, a World Cup comes every 4 years. It's not like you're playing India, every 2 years or every year. You get an opportunity to beat that record once every 4 years, and so far they've been unsuccessful. This might be as good an opportunity for them, like I said early on, because India don't know what the settled 11 is. But having said that, I just think India have got far too much firepower at the moment. Plus, they've been in Australia for a lot longer time, so they're acclimatized to the situation and the conditions. So, hand on heart, I don't see India beating. I beg your pardon, I don't see Pakistan beating India in this World Cup. But stranger things have happened in the game of cricket. Yes, I mean it is a little inexperienced, but Pakistan have the happy knack of producing really good bowlers. I mean, just like we have the happy knack of producing really good batsmen. There was a time when Sunil Gavaskar retired, and everyone in the country wondered who's going to take over that mantle. And along came Sachin Tendulkar. When Sachin Tendulkar retired, you wondered who's going to take over that mantle. And again, there's Virat Kohli right up there. So look, just like we have the happy knack of producing really good batsmen, Pakistan have the knack of producing fast bowlers and bowlers in general. Yes, I agree. The bowling force has been depleted. Mohammad Hafiz can't bowl. Saeed Ajmal is not there. I mean, any team's going to miss the likes of Saeed Ajmal. It's not just Pakistan. If he was in the Indian team, Australian team, you'd miss him. But having said that, you've got someone like Yasir Shah, the leg spinner who's come in. Not too much experience at the international level, but he's played over 80 first-class games. So he does have experience under his belt. He's not a raw newcomer. He knows how to bowl in situations, and maybe he's one of those bowlers who hasn't got a chance to showcase his skill set at the international level simply because he was competing with Saeed Ajmal and Mohammad Hafiz over there. Now that they're no longer there, he's got the opportunity. He might be that hidden gem that Pakistan have unearthed. Having said that, you look at Aishan Adil. He I thought hit the deck really hard in the warm up games. He bowled well. So look, they do have the ability. It's a little depleted. Well, I don't think the result matters in these games as much as performance, because if a Pakistani batsman, say Misbah-ul Haq, who batted really well, his confidence will be high. So it matters from a confidence point of view for a personal individual. But from a team point of view, whether you win or lose these games, it doesn't really matter, simply because, like you said, it's, any 11 can bowl, any 11 can bat. You can have 11 batsmen batting, or you can have 11 bowlers bowling. You can, toy around with combinations. It doesn't matter, but individual performances matter, because, runs are runs, wickets are wickets. And if you've got them in a match environment, even better. Look, when I say match environment, the team that you play against, the bowlers would have been bowling at full tilt against the batsmen, would have been batting with full concentration. So those runs and those wickets will count. The result doesn't really matter. I think so. I think it does give the Indian fan a bit more confidence. But look, we've also got Stuart Binney. Stuart Binney can really do a job at number 7. We've seen him in the shorter version of the game. He's a very lethal, explosive batsman. We've seen that in the IPL, in the T20 version of the game. And given the right opportunity, I think he'd be really successful as a batsman, even in the one-day version. So, worst case scenario, Stuart Binney could have batted at 7. But yes, Ravindra Jadeja, with all the experience that he possesses, having been with the Indian team for a few number of years now, it's always handy to have experience, quality when you go to a tournament like this. And it augurs well for Indian cricket that he's back, because forget his batting bowling. He's a gun fielder. I mean, in the outfield with the arm that he has, within the inner circle, at point, if you had to make a point or cover, he's a gun fielder. So he definitely saves them. So he's definitely an asset in the one day side.